Hello everybody, this is Chris.
And Joan.
For Chris and Joan's Travels. Okay, so this is going to be our Aqua Haven review. We're going to talk about everything that we saw in the Haven except the room. There's a whole video about the room. We posted that on the 8th of May. It was room 15814. Check that video out. It'll show you all about the room. But what this video is going to discuss, we're going to discuss when we came off the elevator, after they escorted us to the elevator, we came off the elevator, what we saw, and then we're going to talk about what we liked and we didn't like about the Haven, being this was our first Haven experience ever. So, here we go. Okay, so you arrive, you're on the 16th deck when you come up the Haven elevator, and this is where you get off. Now, when you first arrived, they had a nice young lady there who was passing out reservation information for dining. So we took that just to kind of look at, and then we kept walking around a little, and just to our left is where they do the concierge. Now, we really didn't need to talk to the concierge, but that's the concierge desk. If you hadn't done your excursions or your reservations, you could walk over there and they would help you make reservations, is what the concierge were doing. Now, we had already planned all our dinner, so we were good. We were just trying to find out about the shows, and we ran into a nice gentleman who told us about the show. I guess the only question we have is about shows. Do they do reservations?
Just this way. We have a senior show here, and you don't need to book any show.
Okay.
But let me give you this. All the show here in Aqua Theater,
Yep.
you don't have to book, and any show on board you don't have to book. It's whatever is listed here.
Okay.
But if the show in Aqua Theater, we do have reserved seating for our guests in the Haven.
Okay.
Just go to the 6th entrance on the left side.
Go to 6.
Yeah, the concierge and the butler will be there standby
Okay, go to
waiting for
6
you.
on
At least you
concierge.
need to be there 45 minutes early.
Okay.
Yeah, except for this show, for the Revolution, the entrance will be from deck 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 45 minutes early.
Okay.
All right.
So that's it then.
Okay.
So
That's the only question we have right now.
So now we're free to go. We're on
Yes,
the ship
and
now.
the restaurant is already open if you like to have your lunch, and the
Okay.
bar if you like to hang out. We have indoor bar and we have outdoor bar.
Yeah, we're going to go grab a drink first.
You are first.
You wanna do indoor or outdoor? Both. You have to.
Which way you going? Which way you blogging? What's your name?
Ahmad, sir.
Well, nice
to meet you.
I guess we're going to the outdoor bar. Okay, so we decided to go outside and check out the outside bar, and we got our first view of the Haven pool deck. There you have an infinity pool and cabanas and loungers to hang out, and we got a first look at the outdoor bar, so we know where we'd be getting our drinks. So we found it. Okay, so this is the outdoor Haven
Take it out.
bar.
That's good. That's
Yeah, it's not too fun.
Margarita, no salt, please. Extra cream. And if I can have an Aperol spritz, please.
Okay, so we just stepped out of the Haven Lounge and onto the deck, and this is what you get. You have a bunch of chairs out here. And we're in the Port of Miami right now, so these are the loungers you get to go hang out on as a Haven guest. And take a quick walk around in a circle here, just because I can. Oh, we're gonna have some binoculars. Oh, that'll be nice. And then more loungers. So this is deck 16, I believe. This is all for the Haven. Towels, chairs, and then this is the dining area on this side. And this is kind of cool. And then we are in the NCL port, and the Pearl's also in port. There's the roller coaster, the water coaster, and in 17 there's more hanging out. So this is infinity pool. The kids are having fun, it looks like. I'll be in there in a little while. So that looks very nice. We'll wait for our room. We're gonna go walking around. I think we're gonna go eat and then we're gonna go walk around. And these are beautiful bartenders. They'll be serving us for the next 5 days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is the Haven.
Getting you drunk. That is.
The Haven Outdoor Bar, right? This is where I'm at. Okay. Okay, just before you enter back into the Haven Lounge area is the stairwell upstairs to the Haven Sun Deck. The Haven Sun Deck is supposed to be for people 16 and older. Not that we saw many 16-year-olds up here. Pretty much a bunch of old people like us. But there is loungers. There's 2 hot tubs. There's a shower. Bunch of loungers. Bunch of places to sit down, relax. You get a view of the Vibe Beach Club from behind if you want to take a look. You're not allowed to go in. At least I don't think you are. We didn't. Though I did stick my nose in there just to see what it looked like. So this is pretty much up on the 17th deck. This is the hot tubs, sun deck. We spent a lot of time up here sitting in the hot tubs, drinking our pina coladas and Miami Vices. And then you go back down and you're back on the 16th deck right there by the outdoor bar or to the door into the Haven. Okay, so all the way at the back of the ship, just forward of the infinity pool, is the finishing sauna and the ice room. So here's a quick tour. I went in. I did 15 minutes in the finishing sauna. Got myself nice and sweaty. Had a good time. It was nice. The finishing sauna was nice. And then when my time was up in the finishing sauna, time was all used up, my 15 minutes. I got out. I took a walk over to the ice room, and I sat in the ice room for about 3 minutes. It's about all I could handle because at the end of the 3 minutes, my body temperature was back to normal. So I walked out of here, went to the ice room. I just wanted you to see this. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed doing both these, the ice room and the finishing sauna. And then I took a quick dip in the infinity pool after, and that was nice. So this is all on the 16th deck, all the way back aft. Something that you might like. Yesterday it was freezing cold, and today it's freezing cold. So here's the view from all the way aft at the infinity pool. So going back inside, to the right you have the concierge desk, and to the left you have some lounge area. And just past the concierge desk you have the exit to the elevator right there. That's how you get up and down on the private elevator. And then you got more lounge space in front of the elevator. And then to the right of that, you have the Haven Indoor Bar. And it's got enough of seating. I never saw it super crowded. And then past the Haven Bar, you have more lounge space. I saw lots of people just chilling out here, especially younger kids. I mean, they had their tablets and would be playing games. Pretty large area. There's actually a lot more space than I thought. And then coming back, we have the Haven Restaurant, and the one thing we forgot to do was take a picture of the Haven Restaurant. And then after that, as we head back, you go past the bar and you're back to the concierge space. So that's the Haven common spaces that everybody gets to use and enjoy. I hope you like that. Hi, this is Chris.
And Joan.
And we're here to talk about our Haven experience now. So, if you watched all the other part of the video, you got to see what the Haven looked like, except for the restaurant, because somebody failed to video record it. I'll take responsibility for that. But let's start at the beginning. So, what did I like best? I'll be honest, one of the best perks of the Haven was the fact that you have your own way to get on the ship. You had, when you got to the pier, there's a Haven booth, and that guy just checked you in, and then they send you one other place, and then they send you upstairs, and they take good care of you. There's a whole video on the embarkation process for that, so check that out. The Haven Lounge was nice, though I'll be honest, we had some quick snacks in there, some cheese and crackers. It was nice. It's a nice little perk, I guess. It's worth it. And then you get escorted on the ship, and I thought that was very, very good. Again, watch the embarkation video. It shows how we got up to the Haven, but we were escorted with a couple other couples or a couple other groups. That was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Easy on, and I'll be honest. Even in the porch, that was nice. You had your own line, so the escort on and off the ship is definitely a perk worth using. And then when you got up to the Haven itself, not to your room, the bar, the outdoor bar was nice. I never had an issue there. They were pretty quick, good service. The loungers, when we were there, I had no problem getting on a lounger.
There's always enough room.
Up on the sun deck, same thing, no problem getting a lounger or a place to sit. Though Jody did come up with one negative up there. The hot tub has no rail.
Yeah.
And when the ship was moving a little, not that it was rocking and rolling or anything, it would have just been nice to have something.
Well, the hot tub is not. It's only one. It's
only a foot deep.
Very foot deep. So they think that you don't need to step into it. Well, you still have to step into it, and so you still need a handrail to step into it.
Yeah,
but they don't have that.
A handrail would have definitely, even for me in my old age, would have been nice to have something just to grab onto and pull yourself up.
It was nice, and we never. There was only one time when we really had. There was a lot of people, and we just kind of a whole bunch of people came and we left. But other than that, we were always had plenty of room in the hot tubs, and there's always plenty of loungers.
Yep.
And then you went in the infinity pool, and that was nice.
The infinity pool was nice. A lot of kids down there. That was the only, not a negative. I won't say that was a negative, but you just had to know that that's where the kids were going to be hanging out in the pool, and they were having a good time. I will say the view was very nice from the infinity pool, looking to the stern.
You got
seeing the water. That was actually
you
really
were at
nice.
the wake, so it was good.
So that's the sun deck and the
towels
laundry.
are very plushy.
Oh yeah. So if you want to know my favorite part of the pool deck area, the white towels. They're nice and large, and they're very comfy.
So you don't necessarily have to bring the towels that you get in your room. You can get, while you're up there, they have towels available. You grab a towel, you use it, you toss it in the little bin to get washed. So. Yeah,
no, the towels were good. So let's see, that's the pool deck. The pool deck was great. Sun deck was nice. Mm-hmm. I actually enjoyed the sauna. I have a finishing sauna and an ice room all the way up the aft. I enjoyed that. I did that a couple days. I went in there for 15 minutes, got a good sweat going, then I went and sat for a few minutes in the ice room, and then I jumped in the infinity pool. You know, after a couple drinks in the day before, that actually felt good to sweat it out a little.
And then the bartenders are really good, and they're pretty, they wait on you pretty fast. And if they know you, then they'll, I was up in the hot tub, and the one guy came around quite a few times. He knew what drink I wanted, so he would get me that drink. So, and I give him a little tip. So
yeah, the servers were good. Mm-hmm. Inside, back into the Haven itself, we really didn't use the concierge. I'll be honest.
That's 2 questions, and that was about it.
I'm not sure what I use the concierge for, because I am the kind of person that's going to book my restaurant stuff and my excursions online before I ever leave the house. So, not sure, unless I had to change something, that I would use the concierge. Though they did tell us about the shows, which was nice, and, you know, how you go get in line 45 minutes before and you have priority seating.
Yeah,
so that was...
Yeah, priority seating, so that's one perk.
That was definitely a good perk. And then the Haven bar itself, that was nice at night. We'd go up there and get a drink, get some sodas to take back to the room.
Yeah, they gave us a can of soda to take up, so we'd have one in our room in our refrigerator. So it was nice.
And we really didn't spend much time in the lounge because we were trying to enjoy the whole ship. But the lounge looked like there were a lot of kids in there just hanging out, playing on their video games, people working up there. There were a couple people I did notice actually working, doing actual work, so I guess it is a nice place for that. The Haven restaurant. So the Haven restaurant has an indoor and outdoor section. You check in, and they'll ask you, do you want to be indoor or outdoor, so you get to choose. Okay, so this is my negative comment on the restaurant. I am not a food person, so the restaurant really didn't impress me because the food was...
I really didn't like...
The food was a little more high-end. I'll be honest, I enjoyed the Intold Food Center a lot more than the Haven restaurant. So as far as the Haven restaurant, it was there. I would eat.
We went there for lunch the first time, and
we went
I
lunch.
really didn't find anything good. I had something different. It was okay, but it wasn't anything that I was really care for. And then we went to dinner one time, and I had the chicken, which is fine. It was good, but
it's just okay. Not. You can eat in other places and actually enjoy it more, is what I thought. But again, that's us. We're not high-end food eaters. Don't take this as being a negative comment.
They do say that the menu up there does not change.
But if you're I will say this: I saw people who were eating lobster and steak. They seem to be enjoying it. I'm not a lot. We're not seafood people. Exactly. And that's the killer.
And I guess you can order off if you want something from another restaurant. Supposedly they will bring it to you, which we weren't there long enough to eat in the Haven restaurant to know this, so we didn't do it. But I might have ordered something. I would have ordered something from another restaurant to have them bring me there. So, but I don't know if that's really what they do or not. But that's what we've heard that they could do that.
So let's see. That's the Haven restaurant. What else? Oh, so down in the room, now I will talk about the room. So we had a butler. Jane was our butler. She was great. She took good care of us when she was on shift. And our room steward was really good. The room was always clean, made up, had lots of stuff. Jane made sure we had lots of snacks. And
Steve does ask one thing, if there's something you specifically, we told him we would like a lot of little sweet stuff, little snacks, and so we had M&Ms and Skittles and things, not Skittles, but M&Ms and
M&Ms
in our room every night. Peanut and plain M&Ms. She had little snacks, and always had fruit in our room. And then he needed milk just in case. He wanted milk.
She got me a little thing of milk, so I
had a carton of milk every time. The only thing that they don't provide is other drinks. Like if you want alcohol, they won't provide you. Bring your alcohol drinks, and they wouldn't bring us sodas. So that's why we brought.
So you walk over to the bar and
go
up one deck to the bar.
Exactly, and that's what we brought back with.
And that's what we were doing. Butler service, I will say. Now here's something that nighttime room service, aka we called the butler and say, the first night we went, hey, we want some apple pie, and the guy that answered the phone was, I don't know where there's apple pie in the Haven. I go, they serve it at the local. 5 minutes later, he brought us 2 apple pies and ice cream. It was great. The guy was awesome. So I will say that is definitely a perk, is ordering the butler. And then we told Jane we wanted breakfast every morning. In the last 3 days, we had breakfast brought to the room every morning.
Our basic, and that's all we wanted was our basics and
some scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, fruit.
Made the way we want, and it was all right there.
It was perfect.
She brings it up. You tell her the time. She comes in. She puts on the white tablecloth on the table, and she sets it all out there for you. And and then like I said, you wanted orange juice, they would have brought you orange juice. But we don't drink orange juice. But like I said, we had our own sodas because that's what we drink, and we don't drink coffee, so they provide you the coffee there. But very good. That was a good thing. But with the nighttime, we didn't do it as much. Like other people have said that they've like ordered actual meals like from other restaurants, like cotton mac and cheese or whatever. And I didn't think about that. I would have done that, but they will do that for you. But the nighttime butler, the first night we wanted cake, chocolate cake.
Oh, that's right. We had cake the one night, apple pie. Yeah, it was. So I will tell you that part of the service is outstanding. So we enjoyed that. Again, Jane, our butler, was great. room steward was great. He made sure that room was clean. We had no issues. We even decided to do laundry since we're platinum, and they did the laundry, and he picked it up one night, and he had it back the next night. So that was all well and good. So
There are definitely, all the perks are worth it.
definitely the Haven. Would I do the Haven? So now here's the big question.
Yes.
Would I do the Haven again? Well, I would say the room was great. So from the standpoint of having the room, yes, I would want that a room or a similar room again. The butler experience, I like the butler, but I will be honest, I am probably not good at asking for things. I probably should have asked for a lot more
Well,
things.
we definitely didn't use it to its potential.
So we've heard stories of people running around the butler. We never ran our
I
butler
don't feel
around.
that's right to do that. I mean, but if you wanted, like I was saying, if you wanted a meal that you couldn't get, you wanted room service. So room service is included if you call through the butler.
Right. Keep that in mind. You have to use the butler. If you call room service, you're paying for it.
But if you go through the butler will bring you whatever.
They'll get you whatever they can. They'll make your experience great. And again, she really did.
So my outlook is like people would say, once you go Haven, you never want to go back, and that is true because you get
that
spoiled.
might be true.
You get spoiled. You want it. Now, who would want it? It's almost like thinking about when you go first class. Of course, you always want to go first class. Who doesn't want to go first class? You always want those perks. And all the perks, and there's more perks that we'll go to at some point, but there's more perks that we're just like,
yeah, we got things we got to learn. If we do the Haven again.
So many things that we, this was nice doing this. This was a nice perk. So is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. Do we want to do it again? Of course we want to do it again. But
do you want to pay for it?
He knows price wise, and he's like, he can break that down exactly.
I will say this: would I do the Haven again? I would. The problem is, the Haven cost you 1.5 times or 2 times what a standard club balcony would cost you. We like the club balcony.
We enjoy the club balcony, so
we like doing the club balcony and then getting the thermal spa for the week. And when you start looking at the price of that, I can spend 60% or 40% less to do that than have the butler. And again, I don't know if I really use the butler to my potential. So would I do it again? Yes.
Of course. Is it worth it? It's worth it for the perks and everything. Yes, it's worth it because
for all that all-inclusive experience.
Yes. But do we want to spend that?
That's what it really going to boil down to.
Would you rather get another cruise out of it, 1 or 2 more cruises for the price of that? Sometimes I want to cruise more rather than get all the high-end stuff. So I think that's kind of how we're looking at it.
And I will say this: we've got 2 more cruises booked for the same price as the cruise, our Aqua cruise in the Haven, and we're just doing club balconies. So we'll have to decide.
No, don't get me wrong. If we could. I would love to do the Haven all the time, and all those perks were definitely worth it. But I want to travel a little bit more.
Now,
times.
Next time we do a cruise, would we bid on it for $500 a person? Sure, why not? And see what happened. But I think we're doing the Prima here in November, and we're not going to change out of that room. We got a really nice, we got a really good deal. First of all. And it's an M2 class club balcony all the way forward. I think that's going to be a very large room. Not quite a suite, but close. And then when we're on the Joy in March next year, I'm going to bid that one into the Haven. I may even bid $600-700 each, and we'll see what happens. Because I wouldn't mind that experience.
The other thing for the Haven is you're paying all extra on top of it, but then at the end you got to realize you have to pay again. So you've already had to pay your gratuities for your more at sea and all that, but you have to still pay extra for your room steward and your butler and technically the concierge if you use him. So there's a lot of, and that's not just like $20-50. It's maybe $100 a person
or more.
Yes.
I mean, if it's 7-day cruise, it's going to be a lot more.
More, at least $100 a person. So that's another $3-4. Let's say $500 maybe by the time you finish with tips.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm looking at it. It's like, I want to do it, but then at the end you're saying $300-400-500 more dollars maybe in tips. Maybe is it?
Got to think about it.
I want to.
But we did enjoy the Aqua.
Oh no, 100%.
So we enjoyed the experience. We liked the Aqua. We're both wearing our Aqua shirts. And I hope you guys like this video. We'll have a whole bunch of more videos coming. Just been kind of slow. We've got a lot going on since we got back. We do have videos of all the different decks. Joni posted a hair dryer video. Check that one out.
Yes, if you're interested in about the hair, everyone wants to know about is there a hair dryer on the NCL and what is it like? Well, I did a video on it, so check that out. And
we've already posted an embarkation video for Miami,
and that was detailed on telling you how, the perk of being in Haven. So definitely check that one out because there is a big difference, Haven versus non-Haven and embarkation, and definitely a perk and a difference in the embarkation.
Yeah, because we also have an older embarkation video to check out from Miami. You'll see the difference. And then the room tour, we do have it. Again, you want to know about the entry-level Haven rooms? Check out the room tour.
Haven rooms are totally... Aqua Haven rooms are different than the other class. Because, yeah, so they are different. So we obviously don't know what the other rooms look like. But this one... Yes, it was nice, but actually it was a little bit too much for us because we didn't know how to use half the stuff.
We couldn't figure out how to turn some of the things on and off. Okay, so that's our experience. We'd probably say we give it 2 thumbs up. And again, it's all about cost now of whether or not you want to pay for that.
If you want to pay that extra.
I will say, okay, so last thing I want to talk about, so we did get a chance to go see this 3-bedroom Haven room that they have. I will say it is nice, but there's no way in hell I'm paying that price for it.
It's 2 floors.
It's 2 floors. It's like an apartment.
Yeah.
But unless you got 6 people going and you're rich, I would say I can spend my money. My money can be spent someplace else much better.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about that. Okay, so this is Chris.
And Joan.
From Chris and Joan's Travels.
All right, let us know what you think about our video. What you think that if the Haven is, if you've done the Haven, if you think you liked it, doesn't like it. Think, of course, who doesn't like it. Think it's worth it. Have you done it more than once? Is that all you ever do now? Or is it something that you're thinking about and deciding? Because that was our thing. We weren't sure. This was our first Haven. We were deciding, do we really want to do it? So we tried it. And like I said, yes, we would probably do it again. But will we because of the price? I'd rather go on more cruises than spend the extra money on it. But that's us. So let us know what you think. And check out our other videos and follow us on all of our other trips and excursions and things. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and comment below.
Okay, last thing. This is a 30-minute video. If you actually got to here, post that you saw the whole video in the comments. I'd be curious how many people...
Let us know that you watched it and...
got to this point.
Tell us you liked it or tell us it sucks.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't mind.
All right.
Okay, everybody.
Thanks,
have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.